Roger that.
Got a minute, Fae? I need you here.
Do not worry. My protagonist hairstyle is on its way. Ba-da-da-da, to the rescue, it is me, Fae. Come on. Yeah, I decided to run it, and then the door was closed in my face. Right. Hi, Yulia. What's up?
What's wrong, Yulia?
I heard your terminal beeping during your last tour. What's going on?
Oh, that. Just an envoy ambush. Nothing too big.
Come over here.
Okay, before embarking on your mission to modify your Zen, make sure you select Zen suitable for the mission. So this is now telling you how to use her menu to customize the loadout of our core guns. In particular, look at that 4-slot support core gun. Ooh, very tasty. Something I have pondered though is maybe carrying a spare core gun with other Zen. It would be a viable thing just to get more options. Just swap core gun depending if you want to play as direct attack or if you want to play as support. Just because there's different roles for different kinds of Zens, but that would also take up 4 slots in the inventory as well. So you know it's not a perfect plan. But 246, 407, and there's a 442 there, a cavalry gun, which I got in multiplayer with Lilcar and Clint yesterday. I dropped in part way through one of theirs and I happened to get it. Same story for those legendary scope, legendary double tap, by the by. I joined and I managed to find those during that because multiplayer increases drop rarity based on how many people are in it, I think. Anyway, that's our tutorial on how to modify guns, coming this far into the whole game. Okay.
Go to the shooting range and give it a spin. Don't bring any mistakes to the battlefield.
What shooting range?
Ah, I forgot that place isn't open to you yet. Victor, I need a hand at the shooting range. Faye, go see Victor for your authorization.
Have you been working all night again?
None of your business. Get going.
Sheesh.
I'll take that as a yes. We have had access to the shooting range this whole time, actually. It's just actually kind of hidden. If we go into Yulia, we go to Modify Zen, and then we can't... It's a slight oversight is we can't actually access our Zen inventory here in the base from the shooting range, which is down here bottom right. It'd be great if you could do that, so you could easily like drag stuff into your backpack and then swap your Zens in and out, or just modify your Zen in there, but as far as I know you can't. Shooting range though is down here, and it's actually a separate instance from the base, so that's why you can't share your base inventory, I'm guessing. Anyway, Victor Ning, hi.
Faye, come here to confirm authorization. I'm ready to begin setting up the shooting range.
I will.
What? Repair the... 0-0. Which is strange because the shooting range is available already, but sure. There we go. Fix it. Yeah, okay, as you can see I'm working on conveyor belts. I don't have the parts needed, I just parts there. Pyro turrets. Combat covers, which I think are those double stack upgrades for the basic barriers. Healing grenade launchers, which I'm not trying to get. Turret overload. Small artillery formations upgrades for the smart mortar and the twin 30. Actually, that smart mortar one would probably be a good idea to pick that one up, but I'll grab that one. Then ATC Expansion 7. Our current base is built on a level 6 ATC plate. Leokai's base is also on an 86 plate, and he is currently in the progress of getting ATC 7. But I've got it there sitting because I've focused on other things. I also unlocked upgrades to battle miners and titan spikes for extra durability, or upgraded the titan spikes so that I can give them extra combat capability as well out in the field. Just because I tend to weave them into my defensive positions a bit, so making them more powerful is, you know, useful. Anyway, Victor, hello. Have you finished the repairs to the range which totally wasn't already fixed?
Now you'll be able to test out your Zen firearm before going into combat. Man, now Yulia's got both her mother and her friend sitting in an outpost. She's probably worried sick all the time. Take care of yourself out there.
Understood.
go pay a visit to the drill sergeant. She will be taking care of the shooting range for you.
Okay, so Yulia's mother is also an
The shooting
outpost
range is
commander.
ready and kicking, Faye. I made sure it looked just the same as before.
Reminds me of things I'd rather not remember.
What are you mumbling about? You ready? Pick a Zen and lock and load. Practice well, or you're gonna pay for it on the battlefield.
Oh. Yeah, that's why practice well or pay for the battlefield. That's actually where I went to have a quick look at the NGZ when I was thinking about switching them for Fae next time. But, hiya, Victor Ning, hello.
Sir?
Do you remember the blueprint I told
Radio.
you about? The one from the director? It was indeed found within the data you retrieved. It's turned out to be even more important than we first thought. This blueprint is for a miniature mech producer that can be installed on Outpost 11.
Ah, yes. Yes. Okay. Gimme. Guardian Fabricator. Manufacture various models of Guardians. Guardians are ready, sir, but they give me goosebumps. Guardians, yeah. Support bots, yay. Well, support bots, yay. But let's be honest, the main thing I'm going to probably use them for is to make mule cargo bots, which can then be used to increase logging space and also help to sort my inventory during, loot goblin activities. That's the main thing I actually use Guardians for, just baggage carriers.
Now go see Yulia and find out what you'll need to build it.
Ah, Faye. A mech producer?
Yes.
All right, let's see. We don't have all the materials for this. You might have to make a run to the surface.
We probably do have the materials for this, let's be honest.
You're here! Come!
You certainly look a lot better.
If I don't work hard, my mom's gonna give me hell when she comes back. Careful working on the blueprint I just sent you. Outpost 11 depends on it.
Which
Confirm
outpost?
here, and you can kick back and wait for your new secret weapon.
Good news, I can make 2 of these. Which I actually do want to do, believe it or not. Just checking if anything else has appeared. We've actually finally unlocked healing stations. That's been available since the start of the game, pretty much, to research that, but I've only just unlocked it. So, priorities. Dismantler needs a bunch of extra things. I've not actually tried that one out yet. Actually, just 4 of these. Okay, sure. But first things first. Priority first. It's got to be to get the Guardian Fabricator, or more specifically, 2 Guardian Fabricators. There we go. Is the dismantler still the same? Needs 14 more of those. Right. I can make 10 right now. Needs 8 of these. That's okay. I've decided, by the way, to roll the 2 recording sessions together because it is basically, that's how it seems to have worked out. Storyline-wise has rolled over between the 2, so, I might as well take a pause, like a jump cut, reconfigure the Zen we just received for Fae to use in the story mission, and then we'll just get on with that. The base... I was planning to refit the base a bit more, but, that's just how it's worked out. Anyway. That one. Disassembler, which again, I don't know what that does exactly, so we're going to find out together. Anything else I want to get? Titan Spikes, Pre-Wars, no. Oh, can we build an extra mining? Requires data relays, which is a loot item. Right, yeah, I can't do that. Okay.
With this installed, you'll be able to build and deploy Guardians on the fly. You don't always have to fight the Mechanos head-on. Making it back alive? Now that's the most important thing.
Yulia, are you alright?
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Did you know? My old man was once the commander of Outpost 7.
I'm sorry. It must have been hard on you.
Dad died at the OSC during Starfall.
Oh,
It was Mom who brought back the Outpost from the front lines. Ever since then, it's been bad news after bad news. Getting ambushed here, getting attacked there. Mom never wrote a diary or kept any pictures. The only thing I could do was flip through the research data to take my mind off things while I waited for her to come back. I would always try to focus on the research to keep myself busy, hoping time would go by faster.
Yulia.
That's enough of that. You better head to the hangar. I gotta get back to work, or my mind's going to wander off again.
she's very worried and she's distracting herself with work. Oh, poor Yulia. Then again, we are in post-apocalyptic AI threatening the whole world kind of situation, so you know. Yeah, that's good. Oh wait, I don't need to teleport actually, because something else I have recently learned. Yes, my intellect amazes me. Well, and look at that massive fortress over there. It took me quite a while to realise, but there's actually quick access for various functions up here. Not all the functions, you do have to go around and do certain things. Like, I can access the barracks basic things here for basic squad management, or I can deploy personnel here. Notice, by the way, I've got 5 R-specific ones, they just aren't up to snuff experience-wise just yet. Got some room for some more Cliffords. Sorry, not Cliffords, some more intelligence operatives. Do I have anyone else yet? No. Trade port, research, no. Okay, so, yeah, you can access various things from here without having to actually teleport back and forth. It actually does speed things up because it removes a bit of loading. Even the tech research is in here too. Very helpful. Anyway, build outpost. Okay, Guardians. Now, something to bear in mind, Guardian Fabricator, it spits the Guardian out of the top of it on a rocket charge, basically. So, you know, it's like, ooh, Guardian, then punts it in the air, saying, congratulations, you've been built, now off you go, fly. So, it does kind of help to have it exposed, because if there's covering over it, the Guardian will bounce against that cover, it might get a bit stuck. So, better not to do that. I'm thinking behind here would be good. Also, you know what would also be good? Doors. Yeah, see, having a door reinforces the door with a bonus from the frame, and the frame also gets a bonus from the door. So, you know, quite helpful both ways around. Though this open plan design I've got for the rest of it is not really there. Oh, I seem to be... Ah! I forgot this, but I didn't have the materials to build a window. That's something this base doesn't really have much of. Windows. It has natural light. I mean, notice I've actually got a bunch of hollow tiles around the place, which doing the job of letting light come through on more exposed areas to actually provide some lighting within the base. But it doesn't have much by way of windows, which might need to change. Anyway, Guardian Fabricators. I think I want them back here. Might as well, because this is where all the other support mechs are. Can I build a plate there? I cannot. Okay. I can on the next level, though. Actually. If I do that, then I can. That'll work. I'm not trying to build it, I'm trying to select a different thing, thank you. For some reason it was going through the menu. Anyway, build that, build that. There we go. Got our own little elevated platform cupping over the edge of this. And then we're going to just put the Guardian Fabricators onto here. it opens towards the hinge. So, one there, one there, and plenty of clearance room to get kicked out down behind the base. No problems whatsoever. Excellent. We've also got this little dismantler, which I'll go inside and place now, which is going to go down here. Here. And I'll just install this one, I think. Yeah, I just took it in the corner there. And I'll just move this, I suppose. I was thinking over there, but there's an ammo maker there just for, you know, making ammo. Shocking, isn't it? Using an ammo maker to make ammo. Oof. This Iron Mark III, his ideas are too radical. Now, I took it in the corner. That ammo maker is there literally to feed into the assembler. That's kind of why I've got one just tucked there rather than near the weapons. And then dismantler's right there across from it. So, yeah. Don't know what the dismantler does, what goes into it, any of that, but we will find out together, as I said. Anything else I want to do base-wise? Not really. Yeah, confirm all the changes. Yes, thank you. Then talk with Julian. Talk with Julian at the hangar, which is where I am. Okay, right. Oh, I did need to come here. Okay. Hi, Julian. How are you?
You're the first person who gets to use these. Put them to good use.
Oh, yay.
I will.
So it's not just a shiny toy, it's an untested shiny toy.
Me in the command division, Fae.
Okay. Command division. Right, the circular room. The base continues to look kind of different with the less graphic settings. I did prefer it with more, but my machine just... I hope it's more stable for you guys. Tell me if it's the same, honestly, because then I'll just turn the graphics back. Or try to.
Good work, everyone. The Mechanos are gathering near the snow ruins to the northwest. We believe they're trying to intercept Outpost 7. We must head there and preemptively break up the enemy's offensive. Roland and Miriam, you will be in charge of harassing and eliminating high-value targets. Stay on the move and don't get bogged down. Walter and Matt, you two will set up defensive perimeters and slow the enemy's advance. Alex, you'll be setting up anti-air artillery batteries near the Windy Desert. Watch for the enemy's drop pods and keep the sky clear for Outpost 7. Once each phase is complete, we will signal Outpost 7 and send it back to base, pedal to the metal. Once 7 is back, we will rebuild the OSC in preparation for our attack against the Aitos. But for that to happen, we must reclaim Outpost 7. Retreat signal relayed to Outpost 7. Mechanos forces near the snow ruins have begun to advance. Our forces are resisting the enemy's advance near the snow ruins. You and Outpost 11 should...
Sir, we just received word that Outpost 7 has been struck by Aitos. It's gone dark.
Oh boy.
Detecting video feed originating from the border woodland. Putting it on screen now.
Fellow citizens, do not be alarmed. I am your friend.
I trust that voice.
Today, I would like for you to see the truth. Outpost 7, belonging to the EUA, has just been obliterated by the Aitos. Fear not, for the merciful seal will only smite those who defy this new world order. All those who defy the inevitable will turn into ashes, just like the remnants of the EUA rats. They will bring only destruction and meaningless deaths. But for those who are willing to embrace change, paradise and prosperity awaits. I sincerely hope that one day, humanity and AI alike will work together to create a better tomorrow.
General, the Machinos is concentrating all attacks against our fortifications. We can hold at most 3 more hours before they advance through the border woodland and toward Outpost 7.
All units, concentrate all forces and stop the enemy's advance. Fae, your mission is to rescue Outpost 7. God knows how badly the area got hit by Aitos. You'll need Guardians to scout out a route for you. Make sure you equip them. Make all preparations and move out.
Roger that.
Okay. Talk with Levy to start the mission. So, this is the next story mission I mentioned. Our outpost is basically as ready as it's going to get. We need nanochips for any meaningful weapon upgrades at the moment. But this mission will send us to Outpost 7 looking for, of course, the things it found, but also for Yulia's mother. Yes, indeed. I will take a moment here to reconfigure that Zen gun. And you know what, I figure I might as well show you, because I've not really shown doing this, I've just done it off screen kind of. So I don't have the Zen gun actually fitted yet for what I'm thinking to do. But most of my Zen guns are pretty basic, it's just like it's got low-level things fitted to them. Up there's one that's got a extra. Yeah, ones that are found sometimes have some extra modifiers fitted as well. Like this one comes with a heavy. I'm constantly short of green ones that to actually replace some of these with. But just quickly checking, most of this is just like blank ones that are being carried by all my my supporting officers, which is honestly not what we want, because we want to boost their combat score, and one of the ways you can do that is a better Zen gun. And honestly, 2-slot Zen guns, I'm not really likely to use them, especially the mag size ones like these. Like that's a sniper core, standard core. Probably not going to use these, so I might as well just fit them out and give them to squaddies to boost their value. But if I go back up to the support gun, it comes with a basic regular round. It comes with a cooldown field. Hitting a targeted creature, so it creates a field that reduces the firing interval of allied units within the area. Okay. Radiance lights up the area and marks and reduces the armor of enemies within it when hit. And marks. Is that a let's remove the trigger finger, which is giving better rate of fire. Every 15 seconds that works. Is that a better version of... I actually came across a marked target Zen. I'm just wondering what the difference is between the two. Actually, I'm not sure where it is. I must have... It must be on another gun somewhere, I'm guessing. And then, healing range. Hitting a target heals all allies within range and grants 5 stack of corresponding element resistance. So, a troop support Zen, basically that. Yeah, I'm not sure what I did with the with that other Zen. Oh no, there it is. It's a green one. Mark. Hitting an enemy target highlights the target and lowers its defense. Highlights and lowers its defense, while this one lights up the area and marks and reduces. So this sounds like a crowd version of the same thing. Slightly, it's cheaper. Oh, this reduces armor. This one reduces defense. I see. So armor would get weaker. This one actually reduces defense value, so all attacks are more powerful against it. So that's, I think, why this one is slightly more expensive. I'm guessing there's also a difference in duration as well. Anyway, let's get configured. So, I mentioned I was going to tune this one for energy-based stuff. So, what have we got energy-wise? Not a lot, honestly. We've got focus, which is going to be our lightweight round. Corporeal and pure continue fires a beam that slowly increases in power. And it's also the first time, note, I've actually got a hand on a regular round, apparently. Anyway. Second shot, elemental scatter shot. Corporeal and pure again. This, by the way, also means they can't do crit damage. I just want to actually, can I? We can check it in here. Here we go. Right, pure does not deal weakness damage. Corporeal, Zen effects are not affected by certain barrel types. So corporeal would be like double tap and splitter barrels. Let's just strip out Fae's inventory here. And get things configured as we go. So I've got my single target short range beam. When I say short range, I mean short range, by the way. This has got much worse range than light, which I normally use in that role. So it does have better ammo efficiency, though, I think, if I check it. Yeah, so light by default is actually more expensive, has a slower rate of fire, but also has less damage as well. So that's worth noting. This focus does, on paper, do more damage. But it slowly increases power. So this thing, as it fires, it builds up its actual fire capability. This one is elemental. If we fitted this thing with elemental munitions, it would actually change its overall element. So by default, it's a puff of like explosive effects, like ether, I guess. Electric, it becomes a lightning cloud. Cold, it becomes a blast of freezing Arctic air. And fire, it projects a fire wave. So, you know, things like that. Okay, what do I want for my third slot? I'm trying to avoid actively bullet-style ones, but, you know, I'm just struggling a bit to figure out which ones I want to take, unless I want to take different versions of the same thing with different modifiers on them. This gun has 4 modifiers each, by the way. The other reason I wanted to use this one immediately. Inferno, high damage, gradually increasing fire rate. Let me check this. I've got guides, please come bring up. I don't want the guide that was open, thank you. Okay. And I did just check, yes, I can see that you've got this on your screen. Hello. Blueprint, locations, no. Zen modification guide, synergies and percentage values by Valkyrion. Trademark. Okay. Right. So I mentioned previously stats and things for barrels, which I was going to try and cover a bit. Here they are. This is where I got them from. Turbine barrel, 100% damage. Shot fired after the charge takes about 5 seconds to power up. Regular shots don't get a bonus though. Other than that, it doesn't modify fire rate or anything else. So that's what that one does. Talking a bit too long. Heavy barrel is the one I'm actually going to take here because heavy barrel does modify focus and energy scatter shot. Because it's a single shot, so 50% damage for 50% better ammo efficiency is probably a really good idea. Double tap, scatter, avoid those two because they become single shots, but they still have that damage reduction on them, 60% and 40% respectively, so it makes things worse. Regular barrel increases hipfire accuracy, but no notice effects in here anyway. I want to go down to Zen. Basic damage types, elemental effects ones. We can also see here, by the way, elemental ammos is a 20% multiplier on top of anything else the gun's got going on. While if we actually have a level 1 or level 2 affinity, then it's 13% and 18% effective modifier with the thing. Multiple affinities do work. Damage with electro ammo is 41.6 because that's one multiplier, this is another multiplier. It also works out like base rates as well. Like there's some Zen that add to the base damage and then others that add percentage, and that multiplies with these ones that add to base first. So there's a whole formula going on back here. Anyway, I was wanting to get to, not the light strike synergy stuff, because adds another hit, all strikes deal plus damage, 15%, so stacking multiple light strikes basically makes this more powerful. It does go into some synergy and stuff anyway. Epic, 2 elemental entangle, 2 elemental entangles and 1 light strike, adds 1 light strike for 71% more damage total over base. So you can see this thing has actually been tested fairly extensively within the limits of the firing range. It doesn't go into like supporting things. Not what I'm looking for though. Ah, here we go. Right. Okay, so A is ability, B is bullet, E is effect. Splitter, that would have been a nice one to have here, but I don't actually have access to that one. Spray is a B, so that's a bullet type. Radiance is an effect. I guess we're going for a... where is it? Chain, heavy, spray, focus. Focus is an ability type. Scattershot's an ability type. Explosive arrow is ability. Elemental ball. Ah, okay. Elemental ball is an ability type. Okay, cool. Cluster missile, don't have that. Beam, don't have that. Okay. Okay. Right. So, elemental balls is what I've kind of forgotten about. So yeah, I will install that one. And then I think I could go for a supporting ability as well, like this is an update. Okay, this is damage comparisons. Slash around is a bullet type. Deals 3 additional damage procs shortly after with 90% increased power to each. All 4 hits proc light strike at scaled damage. No fall off. I think we found our 4th round, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, right. So, shot 2, elemental. Shot 3 is going to be our elemental ball. So we're going to be bowling. Shot 4 is going to be slasher. So, single, it's a bullet type, yes, but then it deals 3 additional hits, and in particular, light strike. So we're going to go into that one, I think. As soon as I remember what light strike looks like. Actually, question, do I actually have any spare light strike around? I'm not sure if I do. Surprise, boom, tangle, torment, backstab stable. There it is, light strike, right, okay. Comes with a 15-second cooldown, but that's going to be dropped by 25%. That's okay. Ammo cost is kind of high, that's okay. I want another light strike, please. I've suddenly lost track of them. There it is, light strike. So yes, very powerful single target, okay. And then I'm going to configure this. So I will actually skip now, because this is going to be like finding the things and putting them together. But this is my weapon loadout. Beam, elemental burst, elemental bowling balls, and a portable mini Wolverine strike with lightning claws. Okay, are we ready to resume? Yes. Okay. So I've done a bit more than just go out here and modify the Zens. I actually have done some other background tasks as well. I have prepped and ensured Fae's weaponry and armor. I have put starting gear in his backpack ready to go, including elemental ammo rather than normal, because, you know, more ammo. I've also spent up money from the last tour at the trader. I actually managed to get my hands on a stash of nano chips, so I've got some more 30 mils coming in the future. I haven't put them together yet, but you know, I do have the chips now. And yeah, that's about it. So, what have I done here? I have gone ahead and I have modified things. As we know, the slash around is 1 hit followed by 3 more hits. Each of the 4 hits is going to give multiple light strike impacts, which also get more powerful the more of them you have as well. So this is going to be a bit of a nasty single target beast, though it does have a fairly steep ammo cost on it. The other 3 weapon configurations, all I have decided, because this is all experimental tech, ooh, scary, has unstable in the mix. The elemental scattershot and elemental ball both have unstable 1, while focus has wound up with unstable 2, mainly because I've only got 1 of those. Focus has also got strong. It's got close quarters combat, so the closer it is, the more powerful it gets a damage boost. And it's also got inherent level 2 cryo affinity, so an extra 18% cryo affinity there. So this thing, single target, will focus in and freeze, but its overall damage output is going to vary. Unstable 2, by the way, in itself, from the guide you saw me going through, it does on average increase, but it also drops the lower limits for damage range as well as increasing the maximum range. So it's more variable, but overall it's a boon either way. Plus it just flat out increases our base damage value too, so you know, that's always helpful. Elemental Scatter Shot, which is a close range, basically shotgun fan of elemental energy. This has got unstable, as I mentioned. It's got strong to increase damage a little bit. Almost strong 2s on the other gun, but yeah. So I'm not going to focus on that one too much. We have got cryo affinity. Again, so this is a big fan in front of us, like group situation. Again, idea is to slow them down and freeze them in place. But it's also got Checkmate 2, which increases its damage potential a fair bit, but also boosts its damage even further if the enemy is low on hit points in general. So, a crowd of weakened enemies, this thing is probably going to finish them off, really. It's also fairly cheap, and it's got a fairly fast fire rate, so actually the support gun cause bonus is mostly going unused. The only thing benefiting from it is slasher rounds, really. Now, Elemental Ball. Unleash a forward-rolling Elemental Ball speed that scales to your own movement speed. This one, I've not really made good use of the Elemental Ball before, though you have seen that I've used it previously. But unstable. March On. Moderately increases the bullet's initial travel speed, so it's less dependent on my movement speed. Then Pyro Affinity, so this is actually a burning type ball effect. And Release to increase its overall area effect, so it's more easier for it to actually hit a target because it's a slow moving area denial, effectively. And then Slasher we've already seen, that's what we've got. So, that is that configured. What about Fae? Fae is carrying Airborne Helmet for that hang time cooldown reduction. This will allow him to tap into his special skills more often, provided I remember to use them. Scan Gloves, because we're going into a story mission, so, you know, scanning. Levitation Boots. Easy air time here. I grabbed the purple ones off my other character so that we've got less stamina drain while using this, just so that we can more easily use it to recover our special abilities should we want to. And then a camouflage, computing armor. If I reload an empty magazine, the bullets required to reload it are reduced by 30%. So I really have access to a lot of ammunition going in with this one. That is how I've configured things. Sorry, I just had to clear my throat a little bit there. Anyway. Where was I? Oh, yes. We've got crude stock, which is... I've not got much stock variety, honestly. Increases draw speed for crude, but it's only my only purple grade stock. I've got my only purple grade grip, which is increases recoil recovery, and gives a bonus to reducing recoil in general. The other stock I had is a mounting stock. Down here, it's a mounting bowl. It's a bipod, which allows me to mount when looking over cover to affix the weapon to the cover and use that as a support and firing point. I think I've not actually used that one, but that's how I'm reading it. Because most of my stuff isn't going to benefit from Smart Scope at all. I haven't got my Legendary Smart Scope. I've got my next highest tier one, which is actually a high-powered scope, which, given we don't have much by way of ranged options, isn't super helpful, but, you know, it's gonna provide bonuses at the very least. Also, weak point bonuses aren't too helpful either, because half of our attacks can't actually hit weak points. So there you go. And then, of course, heavy barrel. So all shots have a 50% longer cooldown, but they also deal 50% more damage. And that's my loadout, such as it is. Now then, it is time to go ahead. We must report to Intelligence Division and go and check in on Outpost 7. Hello, Levi Lau. The Nebulas. Enter battle. Guardian Fabricator required. I've got 2. Enough supplies. I have ammo for days. We are good.
Fae, we'll intercept the Mechanos in the Snowland. You're tasked with entering what remains of Outpost 7 to search for the Orbital Strike Cannon Mark II blueprints and a prototype. Our hope lies in your hands now.
Copy that.
I'm picking up signals from multiple hostiles near Outpost 7's gates, Fae. Your path ahead's tricky and riddled with obstacles. Proceeding on foot would be dangerous.
What do you suggest?
Guardians are built to handle both rugged terrain and combat. Build one in command mode and take the wheel.
That sounds like a plan.
So I am losing some frames here, but that's because this is actually a pretty big map. Stop chugging if you'll be so kind, thank you. I want to go into the settings, and we're still mucking around with the graphic settings. If we can. Thank you. I'm so glad I managed to get access to these again, by the way. Right, post-processing quality. Fine, view distance, leave, anti-aliasing, reduce. Is that more stable? I think that's a bit more stable. This map in general, yeah. So, this is an interesting point here. We are in the ruins of Outpost 7. Remember, before our modular outposts were more bespoke, really. So, Outpost 7, going to the entrance to it, Outpost 7 is apparently this. Whole thing is Outpost 7. Nothing exactly small and hard to see, is it? But impact craters, you can see what's left of some of the legs. It looks like, yeah, these are what the pillars from the Aitos strikes left over. Though they are also, I think they were hitting the supporting elements around the outpost while the outpost was in motion, and then they actually managed to peg it with something. Though exactly what isn't clear. But at the outpost itself, though, is mangled and, interestingly enough, under this layer of rock and rubble. So I feel like it might have actually been built with that as a camouflaging feature to try and help protect it from visual identification. Because, let's be honest, it's a massive thing, this. A really massive thing going on. But anyway, this is where we get our introduction to running the Guardian. It is helpfully pointing out I've got a couple of Guardian Fabricators. I wouldn't have found that without the game telling me. But yes, here we are, Guardian Fabricators. Here comes a little bit of the RTS style. So construct a Guardian. So Guardian MG. By the way, I came in with a much weaker outpost to this one previously, and it wasn't auto-harvesting, but the game gave me enough resources to start to build the basic Guardian. But since I'm harvesting, I can build whichever Guardian variant I want. within the limits of my fabricator, of course. Do I want an MG? Do I want an ice? A cryo turret one? A 30 mil one? Or a pack mule for extra cargo space? Honestly, I only remember bits and pieces about this one, apart from the fact we're going to be cut off from our outpost for most of this. So, I am going to go ahead and get a bulk standard machine gun variant one. I'll be entirely honest, the whole point of having two is to allow me to actually, if I've got plenty of resources, just build these things more rapidly.
Guardian.
So here we go. Little Guardian, fitted with a machine gun turret. I can config this guy like a turret, I believe. Yep, it's all in there. It has... oh, wow. You can tell I've had a long recording session because my voice is going... Right, it's got a jump feature. So if it gets stuck inside or stuff like that, it can try to jump to get free itself and things like that. It's actually pretty powerful, especially for such little legs. Boing. And any combat-oriented Guardian has, for 150 material, the option for Heavy Guard, which increases its basic hit points. So do that, and the 300 hit points becomes 1,500 hit points. So yeah, it becomes a decidedly more durable. Anyway, our objective is over here, and this is why it's hazardous for us. Lots and lots of gas around here. Leaking.
Now proceed to the entrance with the Guardian. I've already given you access permissions.
What's going on?
System shows the entrance defense gates warped out of shape. It's not going to open.
Is there another way in?
I've detected a fallen EUA soldier, located in an Aitos blast crater on the edge of the western plateau. Retrieve his authentication key, then try to gain access to Outpost 7 from the emergency exit on its west side. The target location should be marked out for you now. Aitos' impact has left the western plateau's edge unstable. You're advised to proceed with the Guardian.
Okay, go ahead and move our Guardian out and around, and once again it is in a hazardous kind of area. That is all okay then. Our Guardian can do the job. Though this crater, yeah, Aitos impact crater, there's no sign of the Aitos shaft itself, this thing. So that implies that those things can actually be retracted back up into orbit and reused. Which actually makes a lot of sense given that it's a persistent threat. Makes you wonder why these ones are snapped off though. Unless those are actually remnants of Outpost 7. Anyway.
Authentication key copied. Now, lead the Guardian to the exit. It'll grant access once it detects the key.
Okay, move it towards the exit, which is over this away. And just through here. Yeah, it's relatively clear overall. But we have got the Guardian. We are moving under what I think is one of the outpost's main legs, from the looks of it. And this is why I didn't build a cargo one. I figured there would be some enemies, because I seem to remember the Guardian having to actually deal with something along the way. If I'd sent it to the cargo one, it wouldn't have had any weapons, so, you know, wouldn't be able to do anything. Oh, darn it, that was a good time to actually bring out a cryo one, and just see how that does with basic enemies. Oh well. Keep on moving. We're at the map edge pretty much, but this is the gate we want to be at. Oops, underneath an overhang apparently. So the camera's not too happy. Then move over there, please.
The emergency exit's open. You won't be able to enter Outpost 7 with the Guardian. Proceed on foot. Good luck in there, Fae.
Yeah, so again, I'd like to point out, this is a massive bespoke outpost, basically. Outposts 1 through 10 are all this kind of pattern. So, I don't know if they're all the same size. I don't think they are, because some of them seem to be much smaller, more mobile versions. This one seems to be a really big, heavy-duty one of some kind. But this is implied to be a part of the Outpost, because it says enter Outpost 7. So, you know. Anyway, in we go. Can't bring the Guardian with us.
What's going on?
Nope.
Outpost 7's entered emergency lockdown, shutting off its main power supply. Access doors will be locked too.
The battle reached inside the outpost?
In any case, you're unable to explore any further. Head to the second floor lobby and restore power. I've marked it on your map. There are still hostile signals detected inside Outpost 7. Please remain cautious.
There we go. Hostile contacts within. The Outpost has apparently had combat inside. When I first came here, I remembered I actually had the Guardian set to follow me, and it literally stopped on that door, so it wouldn't go anywhere. So that's why I didn't bother to do anything with it at that point. I already knew. But as we've got spare machine gun turrets, same kind we've got access to. And then, well, I think the Outpost might have suffered a bit of structural damage. Also, the scale of this thing. Ugh. Storage room. Okay, cool. Bit more cryo ammo. Ah. Something which I think is inside the shelf. Yes, sadly it is inside the shelf. Oh well, that's okay. It's a purple, which implies it's probably a media CD of some kind. But honestly, we can't really guess what the individual areas and rooms are when they aren't clearly labelled.
It won't budge.
It won't budge. I think I'm going to probably turn the shadow back up a little bit, because seeing the gun shadow levitating like that is kind of... yeah. Let's see, what's the shadows currently set to... Actually, shadows currently set to medium. Okay, that's just a symptom of me mucking around with the graphic settings a bit. That seems to be just a general thing. Okay. Never mind. You can't say I'm not trying to fix the graphics. I'm just paranoid about a sound bug coming in, but honestly, recording sessions so far have been remarkably free of that. Ever since settings got turned down a bit, you know. Frame rate hasn't been that stable, but I've not found the audio bug again. Which I think implies the audio bug actually kicks in if the game is overdoing it. Oh, hello. Yes, Faye, it is a datapad.
Nebula blood.
Oh. Oh, hello.
The nebulas wouldn't have been able to breach Outpost 7 from outside. They must have been airdropped in via the ROS orbit.
I don't want to face off against those things at close range. What's that smell?
Faye, you're in a biohazard area. Don't smell the...
Your vitals just spiked, Faye. What's going on?
You idiot.
Nothing. All clear.
By the way, we have a full-face visor, but the fact that Faye could smell something tells us it's very clearly not airtight. And the hand he had dipped in nebula blood, as soon as he got dizzy, he put that straight up to his face. Good job, Faye. I'm sure you'll be fine. Well, also, yeah, you saw that pop in there, though. That was a bit jarring. Anyway, cavalry core gun with a... I've kind of forgot this one was here. So, I'm assuming this is like a reliable pickup. A weapon with quick load fast reloads. Comes fitted with a shotgun blast, a elemental ball, and with, I think that's adrenal melee, actually. But yeah, I remember there actually being a gun with that particular weapon loadout, so I think that's something that's scripted. Let's see. Slot 3. Hitting a target restores stamina to friendly targets and greatly boosts melee damage. Well, I'm not actually playing my melee character, I'm playing Fae. Fae doesn't have a massive sword. Fae is sadly not Cloud Strife, so, you know, that's going to be okay. Just back out my other one, because I've got a version of the shotgun rounds in that, and I've also got my own elemental ball with actual modifiers on it. So, you know, I think I'll be okay. Let's see, 36, 12, 7, 3. Yeah, Slasher is very, very ammo hungry. But again, the game is doing its best to try and provide basic supplies for someone who actually comes in without any equipment. And my basic combat load is actually heavier than it was last time I was here as well, so I am definitely much better equipped, especially ammo-wise. Anyway, guard post. Actually, wait, the nebula area. I just had a thought. Nebula bloods. There's no sign of nebula bodies. The walls are cracked and battered, but there's no convenient vents or anything to say where the nebulas came from or where they went. So this massacre basically is in isolation. Also, you can see that this outpost, even though this outpost was in motion, it's got kind of random bits all over the place. It's not how I'd build an outpost. Oh, something went boom in here. Oh, hi! Oh, he's got grenades, that's what went bang. The grenades made my frame rate chug a little bit. Oh, hi. Okay, that is very effective, actually. The elemental spray is actually also very effective. Huh. Note to self, try to use that more often. Now, there is the fact it's not actually affected by double tap barrels or scatter barrels. Maybe I am due to reassign my weapons. This entire playthrough so far has basically been done with the auto-aim scope. I kind of miss having my high-powered sniper rounds, you know? If I was actually personally doing that, I would probably have a gun configured the way I did in my previous save, like rapid fire kinetic, super heavy kinetic, stuff like that. It's my preferred kind of role, rather than like close range brawling type, which is this load's more suited for. Anyway, main power supply. Main power turned on.
We've 2 targets to recover. One in the data center, the other in the warehouse. Yet the gates to both are locked. Head to the CIC on the 3rd floor and lift the emergency lockdown. I've marked it on your map. The CIC is located in the Outpost core. You'll need to find an access path.
Okay, worth noting, by the way. I could go off mission here and go up there, and it will let me proceed further, but that actually comes in later on the route anyway. So, for efficiency's sake, I will suppress my loot goblin instincts. Yes, what is this heresy? I am Mark III, not being a loot goblin. And I'll actually follow the mission for once. It's just like last time we met Nebulas. I actually avoided going to a certain spot just to get the cutscenes to play in the correct order. I am sorry. I just do that sometimes. Anyway. Parts. A random copper cup. Cool. Oh. Oh, there's stuff below and above. Yes. Ignore that and move on. Oh, hi. And yes, there was a lag spike right there. My frames are... I think the recording's actually getting better frames than I am. Ah well. I'm getting the job done. But to be honest, there's a lot of stuff in here which is, as I said before when I first came in, it's not obvious what the individual areas are really. Nope. Well, that wall's stable. Okay. And hey, yeah, the game gives you some guaranteed purple scan gloves. Because that, I remember that getting, words. I remember getting that when I was here previously as well. So yes, the game does have some stuff that's randomly placed, and a few specific items would be helpful. But it's actually not 3. I think it's only 1,400 damage. It's actually pretty powerful. But yeah, I'd just like to note, by the way, the whole scan gloves might be too important. This is the second time.
Engage at close range.
This is the second time the game has actually given me scan gloves. Close range, I've already dealt with them. Unless there's more enemies in here. R&D Center. Explosions and people. Hi. Bye. Just a puff of cold air and they're gone. Actually, this is pretty powerful.
I thought that thing was dead already. Fire!
What was that?
Oh, here's the rescue party.
Now's your chance.
Shame you're too late.
The enemy's trying to surround you. Find a way out.
I'm trying.
Okay, so some nebula in a lab coat did that. Actually, no, we're not tested this round yet. It uses a lot of ammo, but... Mind you, the initial shot was more than enough. Never mind. Yeah, definitely an anti-heavy target one. Speaking of. Good job, guys. Wrong one. Okay, so the second the shots actually hit the body, they don't actually hit nearby stuff. The laser does fine though. I still got very mixed feelings about the elemental ball, to be entirely honest with you. But anyway, we saw the thing, it was up there on the catwalks. They've been fighting it apparently, and struggling. But it is worth noting that we've got envoy people actually roaming around in here. Oh, that door's not working. Oh, hi. I feel like this might be part of the story route. Anyway. Yeah, you see what I mean? I'm nervous to go wandering off too far because I don't want to trigger things. So, let's see, we need to go through here. Hi.
There's a creature in here.
Its speed and power readings are 300% those of any human. We're in the dark here. Proceed with utmost caution.
Spare armor plates, spare adrenal thing. Okay, cool. And then make our way through a moderately collapsed area. So, you see what I mean? This feels like it's more of an underground base than it's an actual grenade underbell. I think this was... Grenade underbell's also a predetermined thing as well. Let's move on. You guys are great with your grenades, by the way. Very good job. Then again, I'm feeling like I'm seeing this place just because it actually is reused in some bases later, though various details and things are different here. Like, well, we've got massively over health doors. We've got bodies which are in a very poor condition on the floor. So some stuff really went down here, and this door apparently got knocked off its things. Actually, looking at blood spatter, this door was knocked in, but the way that this, it looks almost like something attacked and went this way. You know? At least that's kind of how things feel. Then again, a lot of the splatting is all over the place, so it's kind of hard to tell on some of them. I'm just trying to analyze it just environmentally. Okay, anyway. So, a new nano chip, a healing injector, an EXP injector, and a access pass.
This access pass. It's Director Polina's. She must have been caught up in the chaos.
The Commander's access pass grants the highest clearance. Now you can enter the CIC.
Thing is, though, this is Director. This is our friend's mother. So yeah, I'm totally not blanking on her name, by the way. I totally know her name. I will tell you as soon as I feel like I've given you guys enough chance to insert the name yourselves and show how much smarter you are. Yes. Or something, I don't know. Anyway, we are back out here, and we now have a target area up there. Is that a separate bit then? Over here. Loot Goblin powers activate. Because there was another section up here which I didn't go venturing down. Come on, Fae. Stop gasping, Fae. You're a military man, you're fine. Where the hell am I? I feel like I've got an off path again. Oh dear. The nebulas are evolving. They've emptied this entire bay of stuff. Ye gods, they're even faster than I thought. It's all back again. Yeah, I think the game got a bit confused about what I was doing there as well. Anyway, let's actually get on track, shall we? This way. Then this way. Target area. So I need to go up and straight.